stream marker added. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to begin with the Barkwire API and sort of figure that out, and then we're going to create the front end for it. So see documents, projects, fine. We don't have Barkwire in here, so let's get clone Barkwire, cd into Barkwire, and what do we got here? So app.js, bin data, Knex file. Well, okay, so we have a package.json. Let's open up code for this and see what we've got in here. Let's see, there's no engine, so it's not suggesting what version of Node to run. Looks like a very, very simple Express app. So that's exactly perfect what we want. Also, it's test driven. So that's actually really nice too. So let's go ahead and install everything we need. I don't know if I actually have Knex installed, right? No, so we need npm install g Knex. For those of you who don't know, Knex is a sort of, it's not an ORM. It's close though. It's it basically, it's our connector, it's our driver to get access to a Postgres database. It allows us, it promisifies and does everything else, so we don't have to worry about SQL injection attacks, anything like that. It's actually really nice. And other ORMs like Bookshelf uses Knex behind the scenes. Okay, so we have that. Let's do an npm install. Okay, and now let's try our npm test. Let's see what we need. I'm guessing it's going to yell at me about the database not existing. Unhandled rejection error connected at 127.001.5432. That looks. Does he need me to run the server? You can CRUD. Oh, I think that okay. So I think I need to do npm. No, not test. npm start, which should start it, and then we need to come over here to another tab. And I think now we need to do npm. Now we can do npm test. And my guess is no. Okay. Oh, thank you for a push notification that I had failing tests. Okay, so unhandled rejection error. Oh, is this Postgres? Like, do I not have? I'll try another tab. PSQL. Oh, that's why I don't have PSQL. So, yeah, stacking. You're right. I don't have PSQL installed, which kind of makes this a little bit difficult. Let's see if I have Docker images. I don't have Docker installed in this system either. Okay, so that's gonna make it a little bit more difficult. Also, this is kind of sad that it didn't air out when I started the server. So what we need to do is we need to set this up in a system that has that. And I may. Okay, so today may be just actually getting things set up for us so that we can build the thing the way we want it to. Okay, so unhandled rejection error. We need to install Postgres. I think we could just do that with apt. Try sudo apt search Postgres. So many Postgres. Okay. Just want Postgres normally. PostGIS. That's not what I want. Okay, Postgres QL. Object. Okay. No. Oh wait. Object relational SQL database. Supported version. Okay, so Postgres QL. This is probably what we want. So sudo apt install PostgreSQL. Go ahead and install it. I think one of the things, the version that I'm running, I think I'm running 17 Ubuntu, and it needs to be updated because they're no longer supporting it. So I should probably either go to the long-term, the LTS version, or just go to the latest, whatever that is right now, so I can get all the good updates again, and it makes it easy to install these things. Okay, so is this telling me port down? Did it not start it? Okay, you can now start the database server using this. Permission denied. Okay, so we need to sudo that. Cannot be run as root. Okay, please log in. Oh, so do I need as the unprivileged user? So I can't do it then, but I installed it. Oh, why would you do this to me? Well, this isn't fun. So basically, it installed it, and I need to find what systems it's installed as, like where it's installed, so I can chown it so that I can start it. But I can't start it. Update. Well, I mean, if I try just PSQL. Yeah. Oh, wait. Brooks does not exist. Rollbooks does not exist. PSQL-U admin. Invalid option. Man PSQL. So it doesn't have a role, so I need to add a role. Can I tell it how to log me in? Need a username dash capital U username. Sudo dash I dash U Postgres. What does the I do? Hey, I told you to not do that. What does the asti do? I should just do slash dash I. Oh, is that interactive mode? And why wouldn't they have that in the man page? Well, that's lovely. I'm gonna guess it's the interactive mode. So, sudo dash I dash U Postgres. Okay, so that connected me in. Let's see, what is it? Help to show all the arguments. Okay, so we need to see users. I always forget the exact command to do to add the user. So I think I need to add user. And then I need to give myself, you can just do PSQL now. Really? Okay. Oh, I logged in. This is a normal shell. Okay, so I could just do PSQL now. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's DT. No relations found. So I want to Can I create a database here? Create DB. I don't even know what this wants. Let's try npm test. Oh yeah, so I can't run this as myself. I need to run it as the other thing, which kind of sucks. So I need to come to, I need to go into my directory and this. So I changed, oh, that's what it was. We did sudo -i-u, right? Not psql-i. So sudo-u switched us to the Postgres user. The Postgres user unfortunately doesn't have access to any of the stuff that I have, like npm. So that is not working here, because this is rejection error, password authentication failed for user Brooks. It attempted to authenticate into the database as me. So that's not exactly what we wanted to do here. Because yeah, PSQL will get us into the database, but it won't let us actually do anything with the database that I need to, because I can't connect in here. So let's go to good old Google, because that solves all problems, right? Okay, so what is create? When an account, you should be able to create user interactive. Ooh, okay, let's try that. So not with that. Maybe it's in PSQL. Oh, I'm in PSQL. Q. Create user interactive. Okay, add the name of the role to create. It's just Brooks. Shall the new role be a super user? I can never remember if I need to be a super user. Probably, yeah. Okay. Back to you. Now we should get the error that the database doesn't exist. Password authentication failed for Brooks. Okay, so that didn't work. Can I do PSQL now? Database Brooks does not exist. Can I do create DB Brooks? Back to PSQL. Okay, so now I can get a PSQL. So that works. Thank you, Stacking, for getting us this far. Okay, so next thing. Unhandled rejection error, password authentication failed for user Brooks. Maybe we should take a look at this test. Is he trying to password authenticate in? Next files. For development, connection Postgres Barkwire. So it doesn't seem to be caring about that. Let's see. Don't think in test. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be. Okay, that's not caring. Let's go ahead and try. Create DB. What did he call it? Barkwire. Okay, so we're going to create the Barkwire DB. Then we're going to do Knex migrate latest. Usage, Knex options, commands, migrate. Oh, just single. that was a Rust problem. One colon there. Using environment development, password authentication failed for user Brooks. Okay, so I can log in, but Knex cannot for some reason. Even though like the Knex command cannot, even though it's in this environment, and I don't need a password, and yet it's still letting me do that. So that's feeling a little bit weird. I wonder if I create a new environment and reset all of my environment variables, that will work a little bit better. So Knex, migrate. No, so that's same problem. Okay, so what can we do to get password authentication failed for that? Where is this? It's inside of the PG. Okay, so it's Postgres who's attempting to connect, but it's not using. It's like trying to use a password, or it needs one, and it's not using it properly. But I'm not telling it that it has to. Just Postgres, and this is where it is. Erg. Okay. Oh, require .env load. Is there a .env example? No. So if I do need a username password, I could put it into the .env. That's still sort of, I kind of feel it'd be easier for me to just do Docker and set up a Postgres database in there, because that's what I've ended up starting doing. And I guess since I last rebuilt this computer, I never had a need to install Postgres, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so you can also Google for this. Is it automatically selecting development mode, or is it trying to use the env? So it did say using environment development, and that's because I don't have a node env environment variable set, so it defaults to development. So because of that, I mean, it should be, it's then using this one, which is just saying, here's the client and here's the connection. So that should be fine there. Now, in my migrations, yeah, there's nothing here like trying to help it connect in. It's just setting up what it's going to be. So let's try for user. Back to good old Google, and we'll say Postgres. If you if I show the relations, does it show that? Good question. Let's find out. So if I go into PSQL, we go to /dt. No relations found. Interesting. I thought I had done a create DB. Create DB. Barkwire. Database Barkwire already exists. Oh, it's not DD. Let's see. I need to connect. So /c Barkwire DT. Okay. So there's no tables found inside of it. I think it's a different command to show the list of databases. Information. It's not that. Input output query. Oh, I don't remember the one that shows the actual databases. So many options here. Oh, list databases. /L. There we go. Here's Barkwire. There's no access privileges. But I think that should mean anybody can access it, right? Or do I have to specifically say, like, oh, anybody can access it? Okay. Let's come back here. Well, I don't think I locked myself out. It's not. I'm not even aware of what password I set. So did it set a password for me and it's like my system password? When I created the account? I'm really tempted to just go to Docker for this. And then just like deal with this on my own off stream. I'm sure it's like something simple that I need to figure out. I just don't know if I want to do that. Like just do this troubleshooting on stream. This is all modifying the password, and it's really to the application that's having trouble. And I wonder if I can just say Knex also. It's not really password authentication failed. It's, oh no, it is. Password authentication failed Knex. But it's not an error pull tool either. Postgres authentication. Yeah, so it's not this Knex error pull to. I'm not getting that. It's just error password authentication failed. I wonder if I can create a new user and then set it. If I create a new user and set it to be something like a password, then I can set that in for the app. I wonder if that would work. I don't know if I would need to set that in there. You can try a connection. Or I wonder if I'm using too old of systems because what do we got here in package.json? We have like body parser, PG is as great as that. I wonder if my Knex version ended up being too old. And package lock ended up with just so much crap. What I could do is nvm install node. Okay, so this is version 10.10, the latest and greatest. I was using 8 before. NVM, so I'm using that. npm install-g Knex. For NVM, all the global installs are actually isolated to each version of Node, and it's in my home directory. So I don't need to worry about like switching versions and getting like an incompatible version. I'm also gonna delete my node modules. Those rename. Delete. Crash. Let's delete the package JSON lock. Okay. Oh, was he using yarn? There's a yarn lock here. Okay, so let's try npm install again. So a different version of Node, it's slightly possible that we'll get a different version of each of the applications because of weirdness with package managers and all that fun stuff. But I think this is the last thing I'm going to try before I switch over and just install Docker and go with that one. And maybe I should start that process now because that might take a while. Or I could just switch over and start learning Mavo and then deal with this later. Okay, so vulnerabilities, fun. Okay, so let's now do, we've created the database, that's all working. If we do npm test, yeah, so it's gonna be the same problem, because if I just do Knex migrate latest, it's just gonna get this rejection error. Password authentication failed for user Brooks. I do have a user Brooks in the database, and that seems to be fine, but unfortunately, it's just not connecting in here. So what are my options for Docker? I usually like using Docker because it keeps everything isolated and I don't have to install all these things on my computer. So maybe when I rebuild, I'll just put everything into Docker. Products, we want Docker. Do they not have Community Edition anymore? Get started. Wait, Mac, Windows, and Lab? There used to be a Community Edition, and that's what I was using on previous Linux systems. Okay, so Enterprise, we don't want that. Docker Desktop, Docker Hub, Docker Engine. Might just need Docker Engine. I go Docker Desktop. No, can't do that. How about Docker Engine? Community. Download Docker Engine. I love that. Initially, Mac, AWS, Fedora, CentOS, Windows, Azure, Ubuntu. Okay, here we go. Oh, please log in to download. Really? Okay, so I'm gonna have to. Do I have? I don't have any windows for this. I don't have like. I'm gonna put on the quick break screen to hide. Okay, so. To go find my password. After some searching, it looks like you need to do Postgres user password at localhost, and then the password slash database. I don't know what it set my password to be. That's weird. I guess I could try that with my Oh, it'd be my system password. Oh, why would they do that? Okay, let's first Docker Hub. That's my username. Okay, that logged me in, so I can now switch. I can try that. That is kind of annoying. I need to keep the screen up because I don't want to write my system password down. So let's go into the Knex file. So it will be connection, Postgres. What will it be? It'll be Postgres : / user. So that would be Brooks : the password. At localhost / barkwire. If we migrate, no, password authentication failed for user Brooks. So that didn't work. It was a good try though. So I'm gonna undo that, resave. It might be that like my password isn't like properly set, or my account doesn't like really exist yet on there, which is a little bit weird. But let's come back to this so you could all see. It also says you can change security settings in pb-hba.conf. That might be another thing. I'm thinking I might just do that off screen. Okay, so we're here. Where is the download link? For more detail, get Docker CE for Ubuntu. Really? You're gonna now send me over here. Then install. Okay, just tell me how to install it. Install Docker CE. Install using a repository. That's what. Okay, that's what I want. So. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it this way. So we'll get everything, the latest everything. Install packages to allow app to use repository over HTTPS. I'm pretty sure I've done these before, but if I do them again and it doesn't yell at you. It just says, hey, those are all already installed. So we'll reinstall those. Yeah, 0. Everything was already installed. Add Docker's official GPG key. I've always felt like a little bit weird about how they just put this out here, and if their website gets hacked, well, I guess if this site gets hacked, then I'm getting the wrong GPG key, but there's no way for me to get it otherwise. Okay. Verify that you have a key with fingerprint. It's like, also, if they can hack the other thing, they can hack this thing. Which would mean that just showing that to me is not the best way to do it. Let's see. 0 E F E 8. So it's verifying that we have that. Okay. We just want sudo add apt repository, and then it's going to go in. This is all fine. Copy you. And then We have to do the update command again. Then finally, we can sudo apt-get install docker c. Since when did installing Docker become a clusterfuck? I guess since they became big and they felt they needed to do it more official. I could see, I think what it is they seem to be wanting to control everything themselves. So instead of like releasing it to Ubuntu's official servers, they're keeping it. No, stop popping up. Anyways, yeah. So I don't exactly know why it takes all those steps to get it in here, but the idea is that because I installed the apt, I can update it easily. Okay, so now does Docker exist? Can I do Docker images? Permission denied. That's fine. So sudo docker images. All right, perfect. So now we want to come to hub.docker.com. My various lovely Dockers images that I've uploaded in the past. Okay, so let's search for Postgres. Okay, so it's just Postgres. I don't think we need a specific version of it. Docker run. We have environment variables. We probably don't really care about that. I just need a basic one that I don't care about. Okay, so I think this first one is going to be fine. All right, so copy you, sudo here. Okay, so sudo docker run -- name some app. Well, let's change that to bark wire db -- link. I don't need to link any. Okay, so I'm not going to link any other app. Also, link is like deprecated. -d, so run as daemon mode. Application that uses Postgres. What? Docker run -- name barkwire Postgres. I feel I'm missing expose 5432, so I need the -p. -p 5432 colon 5432. Oh my gosh. Remind me later does not mean 15 seconds from now. Okay, so I feel like this didn't give me. Oh, connection from. This is the one I wanted. Okay, Docker run -- name some Postgres -e Postgres password equals my secret password. I think I probably need this. -d Postgres, but we'll need to do the -p, otherwise it doesn't link externally, like to the host system. Postgres password, Postgres user. Let's just try this and see what happens. All right, running. We'll download it from Docker Hub. So fun fact with Docker also is that they now have a Docker store, which is different than Docker Hub, but everything you can get in Docker Hub is also available in the store. Error response from daemon, driver failed, programming external connectivity on endpoint, barkwire db, error starting user land proxy, listen TCP 5432 find address already in use. Right, because the Postgres database is running here. Oh man, okay, so now I just want to exit out of here. Sudo apt. When I installed Postgres, now I want to, I think it's remove. And that should completely remove it, including turning off the daemon. Okay, so there's you. Unfortunately, or you can use system control, you cruel bastard. Nope, it's gone. It's dead forever. Until I come back and try to restart it. Also, my phone just turned off. Oh, don't. So when I put my phone like on my laptop far enough, it apparently thinks that I turned it off and it auto shuts the screen off. That's weird. Okay, so what address already in use? Sudo docker es-a sudo docker rm barkwire b. It has a magnet some. It has a magnet somewhere that's triggering. That's probably what it is, which means that I have a magnet somewhere in my computer up here that's seen that too. Unless it's in the bottom and it's like, yeah, I don't know. Okay, sudo docker. We'll do our run again. Address. So uninstalling it did not work. Is like PSQL. PSQL is still active and running. So the actual. This is fun. Okay, fine. Be like that. See what I care. We're gonna run this. We need to remove it again. We're gonna run this. And we're gonna use the capital P, which is gonna assign it a random port on the host system. So if we now do sudo docker ps, here it is. Here's our random port that it assigned for us. And we can take this random port, take that. Well, wait, we can do something. How do I want to do this? I can add that to a network. Most laptops have a magnet at the bottom to turn off the screen when you close it. Oh, so I bet that it's somewhere down at the bottom of my phone then. That's well, still, it's one of those things that's annoying because it's a nice feature that also is hitting me when in an unattended circumstance. Also, speakers have magnets. Speakers should not be under the keyboard, though. I guess could be. Okay, so now I need to tell. We need to come back to our application. We need to tell the Knex where the port is for this. Specifically, we need to say like, okay, Postgres, Barkwire. Can I do this? Like port that? I may have to go and like look at their documentation to see what it is. Okay, so if we do our Knex migrate latest again, will this work? No, because it did not go. I don't think that it attempted. It should just be port colon. Let's try adding in that port. One. Go. Save. No, okay. This has been an entire stream of me just struggling with Postgres, when that's not really what I'm working on too. That's fun. Okay, so let's try this. We need Docker networking, Docker network create. I think what I could do, I think it's sudo Docker network ls. Let's create, this will just be Barkwire. Okay, so that creates the network Barkwire, and it's empty. I now need, yeah, no, I'm not having the best of luck today. First stream back, of course it can't run smoothly. Why would it run smoothly? Okay, so Docker, there's a command to add. It's like to add to container. It's been long enough since I've done this that I've forgotten all of these things. Connect a container to a network. So Docker network connect network container. Okay, so that's what I want to do. So sudo Docker network connect, and then it's network and then container. So the network is Barkwire, and the container is Barkwire DB. Okay, so that should now mean that the Postgres is in here. By the way, the port is a string. Really, the port, how would they make that port a string? I guess we could try it really quickly. That seems silly. Also, why wouldn't they check that and yell at me? But it didn't work, so great. Someone's doing a little too much Rust. Yeah, that's me. Okay, so now let's create a node-based one. So I think with Docker hub.docker.com, I think it's just node, but it might be node.js, and I don't want to make that assumption. Node. Okay, so it is just node. So what I want to do is I want to say sudo docker stacking. You have a serious question, go ahead and ask it. Sudo docker run div, I always forget. I did put pg in the package JSON file, correct? Yeah, I believe he did. PG, yeah. We have PG here, we have Knex. Those two things should be enough to get Knex to work. I don't need to install PG globally, it uses the local one for that. Okay, so sudo docker run. We want to put in, so this is going to be -i -t. So we're going to do this interactively. I don't think I want to like remove this or anything like that when it's done. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do the -- name. And this is going to be Barkwire API. I think it's -- network equals Barkwire. -p is, let's see what we got here. So in bin dub, so it's going to be process.env.port or 3000. So let's just set this to 3000:3000. What else do we need to add in here? I don't. Oh, because okay, so I want to set up the host so I can get that on here, and there is a new way of doing that. Oh, what is it called? I need. So it's Docker. It's like Docker the local system. Um, hmm. It's not okay. Let's just take a look at the help. Oh, that's the wrong terminal. New window. Docker dash h command dash dash health. So Docker run dash dash help. So here's all the fun things we can do with run. So we don't need. We have the IT. That's fine. We don't need to detach it. We're doing the IT. Don't need to change DNS. Don't need to set the environment variables, I don't believe. Expose. We're doing the ports. And we're doing interactive. Mount. That's what it is. Mount. So it's dash dash mount. Dash dash mount. But I don't remember how exactly mount works, so let's go take a look at it. So Docker mount. Oh, the dash V or the dash dash mount flag. I think dash V. They're suggesting that people no longer use dash V. So dash dash mount type equals bind. Source is current working directory. This doesn't feel easier with dash V. You see, okay, as dash V, current working directory target app. Like that's so much easier to do. Is Docker doing a loopback, or we don't need to set the IP for the Docker? It's doing a loopback. It's doing all that stuff for us, so we shouldn't need to worry about that. I'm going to use the dash V just because it's so much less typing. It's so much easier to do. Okay, so dash V, and we have. They're doing interesting, just standard quotes, and then for PWD. Okay, so that works. Quote. I'm going to print working directory, and then do we need? They end the quote right here. Then to slash, and let's just put this into slash data inside of the container. Okay, yeah, so they're putting it in there. It's colon. All right, what else? What else do we need to care about? Name, we've got the name. We've got, so it's dash dash network string. Okay, so it's not equals. It's network space. I keep on going to another tab because I think that's what I need to do. Which network space barkwire. Don't need any of this stuff. Don't want to remove it. Don't care about user. I don't need a volume list or anything else. Okay, let's try this. Oh, and of course, at the very end, node. node, and then we want to override this with a bin bash. So we want to go in and interactively set this up. Otherwise, we get something else, which we don't want. So by default, when we do this, the volume binding, it's going to give a read-write access to Docker. This can be a little bit dangerous if you're running this like, on your server or something. But since it's just a test and I trust the code that Cal wrote, I'm okay with this. Also, it only has access to this directory. So here we're inside of a Docker image, which I believe is Ubuntu running with the latest version of Node. So if we're going to go into /data, here is everything in here. Everything was installed. Everything is working. But like the Knex stuff, we're gonna need to figure this out, aren't we? The other thing is, can I do like ping bark wire db? Yeah, so I can ping the other Docker container. So it's in the network and it's on the system. So I should be able to set that up. I should be able to like now use that. So the idea is if I, for example, cat the Knex file, here's what that is. If I come here and we now want to say connection, let's actually go take a look at the Knex documentation. I wanna try getting this working before I head off. So Knex.js. So the Knex documentation is okay looking, but it is not the best in the world. Okay, so we have installation config options. Okay, so Knex, require Knex, client. I set this show example query output as Postgres, MySQL. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so client PG connection, that's not helpful. Search path, not helpful. Okay. Knex, require Knex, client PG, version, don't care. Connection, host, user, password, database, don't care. I need like port. I think host port will do it. I think I can do host here for the connection. Need to worry about socket path. Okay. This is all now different stuff. All right, so coming back to here, we have this connection. Looks like it's going to be an object. This object takes in host, so host colon, and this is going to be so this is not going to be 127.0.0.1. This is going to be whatever our ping was. It should have shown us. There it is. 127.18, 172.18.02. There's that. It should be the standard port. So that should be fine. Let's take a look. What else do we need in here? User, I'm going to ignore the user. I'm going to ignore the password. And then we have database. Which is bark wire. Okay. Now, inside of this container, we need to do an npm install globally of Knex. Now, this is a true global install inside of the container, which is separate from my system. So I need to reinstall Knex. Okay, so we have that. Now, can I do a Knex migrate latest? Will you work? No PostgreSQL username specified in startup packet. Okay, so do I have a username? I think it's Postgres or PostgreSQL. Username, is that what it? Just user. User, I think it's Postgres by default. You need to be a string. Virtualization crazy when you think about it. It is pretty cool when it works. Let's try this again. Authentication failed for user Postgres. And I think, so when I set this up, what did I ended up telling it? So we need to go back to Postgres. I think there's a way to tell it what the password is, and I think we may not have properly set that. Here it is. ePost, oh, my secret password. I think that's what we set it to be. And I think it creates the default Postgres user. Okay, so Postgres user, that's fine. Back to here. And this is not, we're gonna change this before I like push it up to GitHub or anything, but I'm just gonna hard code this super top secret password in here. We need here, it's just password. My super top secret password, back to here, that tab, next migrate latest. Database Barkwire does not exist. Okay, so this is great and all, except for the minor problem that we didn't tell it. I wonder if I can just use database Postgres. So when I created the thing, the container, there's probably some kind of command I could have added to it to create the initial database Barkwire. I didn't do that, unfortunately. So now we need to try this. It ran. Okay, so now if I seed it, seed, run. Okay, so it created the migration. So it did all that stuff. You really need to talk to the guy that made this API. I think this is all a Knex issue. I think it's fine. I think it was just my database was like just not working properly. Okay, so we've got all that. Now, finally, we could run npm test. And all of that to get 2 green check marks. Okay, so if I do npm start, so I'm gonna npm start this inside of the container. It's running. There's no feedback because why do we want feedback? I should now be able to come to my browser here and hit it. So we'll go to localhost :3000, and that is tiny. No default engine. Okay, so we need to find out what we're able to get the error message from the server, and we actually see this right here. There are 404 errors. We need to find in routes, dogs, but probably in app.js. Use /dogs, and in dogs we have get / to get all dogs. So this is /dogs. Here we go. Here are all the dogs that we initially have. So the idea behind this is we're going to have a front end that has CRUD for all of this. Do we have, is there a README or anything? No, there isn't. I'll have to go find the stories for the next time. For tomorrow morning, we'll have the stories, and we'll begin working on it. So today's stream description was a lie. we are not working on Mavo because we ended up working completely on Node.js and Postgres. But we have it now. We have it working. Everything is good. So, is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else today to work on. Okay, so it is 8:14. It is significantly longer than I normally use for these. I'm normally doing these morning streams until around 8 o'clock. So that way I have time to get to work nice and calm and in time for our stand-up. And then I don't have any other scheduled streams throughout the week besides just the morning streams on weekdays. So that's what I'm going to continue on doing. So tomorrow morning, we'll continue on with this project and we'll go on. Maybe I'll change the stream description to be just like a generic programming one like everybody else does because we never know what we're doing. With that, I'm going to switch over to that nice ending stream. Which I don't have to change the schedule because it's all good. So switching over to that. All right. I completely forgot what I normally say at the end of the stream because it's been a few weeks. But thank you everybody for stopping by and watching. It's been super fun getting back into the streaming game, and I'm looking forward to continuing tomorrow and the rest of this week. What I've been doing today, it's been in preparation for a meetup talk that I'm giving on Thursday night. That talk will be Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, unless of course you're in Denver, Colorado, and then you can just come in person. And we're talking about front-end framework showdown, so that's what we're doing. Anyways, if you're enjoying this and you're not following me, then please go ahead and follow me. And if you want those notification windows, I'm also archiving these all over to YouTube, so you can find. I don't have the link on this page. That I need to do that. But I do have a tweet goes out when it gets added to YouTube. So with that, I don't have anything else. I'll leave the screen up for another minute, and then I will shut it down. Thank you everybody again for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning. See you, Juggernaut.